Hello everyone. This is a video response to Fairy Tale Crafts, and she is new to the coloring world and she is asking for some help, whether it's with spectrums or Copics or colored pencils. And in her video, she shows that she has gotten this really nice collection of Copics going, which I'm jealous of. I have spectrums. I am proud of my spectrum collection. I've been slowly collecting, but I can work with them well, so I'm going to stick with those. She's having some problems with blending and shading and things like that, so she is having a challenge giveaway for a colored image, and she is asking us to do a card or a tag that has a stamped image on it that's colored with either spectrums, Copics, or colored pencils. I chose to use my spectrums. That way it's alcohol ink based and she can see and compare, because it'll work the same, and it'll have the same finished look. So I used my spectrums, and she's asking for us to do a video response that shows our colored image and like a little bit on how we do it. And when I was watching, well, let me just show you what I use first, and then I'll get into that because you'll see what I'm saying. Anyways, I did a card. I did a little bit larger than A2 this size because there was a lot that I wanted to put on it, and I am so sick of snow and weather, and we are getting slammed today with snow, so I'm over it and I had to do spring. So I thought spring, so I grabbed this 6x6 My Mind's Eye. This is called Happier. And then I also used my ovals and lacy oval spellbinders dies. I also picked this purple ribbon here. This was from Neff the Crazy Crafter. Hey Neff! That was from him in a Halloween challenge of his that I won. Using this Sizzix die. I'm using the new Amy R. Extra Special Sentiments. I love her sentiments. They're awesome. And then I'm using this new stamp that I got. It's the Swiss Pixies. And I picked it up on All That Scraps for like $1 something last time I ordered from them. It was right under $2, so I had to have it. So I used those, and then I grabbed some paper flowers and white brads from my stash and brought those in also. And here is my finished product. Like I said, it's a little bit bigger than A2. It's probably about 3/4 of an inch width and height larger, because I really wanted to add in all the flowers and a little bit bigger bow and such. So I just grabbed 3 coordinating papers, put the base down, trimmed off like a 1 1/4 inch piece strip here, and then this is almost 2 inches here. It starts, the screen starts here and it comes down to about right here. So it's about almost 2 inches this way. And then I ran my ribbon around and did a bow, layered my image with the oval spellbinders die on top of the lacy, and then with this Sizzix die in yellow I cut out this, and then I ended up trimming off this piece here and turning it this way and tucked it underneath the edge of this so that it would fit. And then this down here, the Welcome Spring, that's from the Amy R. Sentiments. And that punch is from this EK Success Punch. It's the middle larger one. And I just layered on some really pretty bright flowers that coordinated with everything. And then I put on these 2 little buttons. Ever since I did my button series cards, I've been obsessed with buttons again, and I found these at Walmart last week. They have hearts, stars, flowers, and butterflies, and each of them has like 2 different assortment packs of colors. So I grabbed an orange and a purple that would coordinate with this really well and put on those 2 butterflies, and then just made little motion marks with my looking to get ideas for coloring. And I did use my spectrums, and when I was watching your video, you were saying about how you're having problems blending. So I started thinking whenever I first started coloring, because I had this same problem. And then you showed your 2 examples and how it literally bled outside of your stamped image lines. And I thought, I know exactly what happened. You're just using plain white cardstock. And they actually make white cardstock that is meant for Copic coloring or alcohol marker coloring. AllThatScraps.com sells it, and I know Simon Says Stamp.com sells it. There's other places too. Those are just the only 2 that I've ever purchased from, that I've had experience from. All That Scraps, I want to say, is like 20 or 25 sheets for like $4 or something like that. It seems a little higher, but it's 80-pound weight, but you get the blending, and you get the ability to, you know, be able to blend in your hair colors, and like on her knees of her pants, you get all of that, or else it's going to just completely seep outside of the lines, and then it happens what is happening for you. This is another one that I did. Let me see if I can back up here. I did this one a little while back, but this is a good it shows the red. I didn't spend a ton of the time blending on it, but you can see that it allows you to at least blend from real dark colors to lighter colors. So the paper, I think, might be one of your biggest issues. What I do, I plan on sending this card to you, and what I'll do is I'll send you 2 little pieces of both of the papers that I have. One is an 80-pound, and the other one is 110-pound. I use both weights because sometimes I like to print images, like print digi images, and the 80-pound, I have to use that through my printer. Otherwise, if it's just a plain stamped image, I can use the 110. It's a really nice, sturdy weight for it. But when I color my images, like for her hair, I'm going to start making little cheat sheets, but for now what I do is I'll grab a couple colors of markers of what I think will work for her hair, and then I just color them down. This was one of the spots here for the purples that I was picking out, and then I was getting down to the browns, and I had 2 or 3 in my hand, and I thought, and then I just grabbed this. And this is what I used for her hair, just to show you. This is, mind you, the Spectrum Noirs, not the Copics. It's the TN7, TN8, EB5, and EB8. I used the TN7 and 8 and the EB5, and then the darkest EB8 I'll use very last to go in and just highlight the darkest part of her hair at the very, very top, and then I put in a little bit right where her ears would be. Other than that, if you have any questions, please feel free to private message me. I'm happy to help you any way I can. By all means, I am not an expert at all of this, but that is just what I have found through my trial and error. But like I said, I'm going to send you my card, and I'll send you 2 little pieces of that so that you can stamp an image and try it out and see if that works for you. And then that way you know if it's the paper or if it's a technique issue that's going on. For her, though, I did shade with IG1 and IG2 underneath of her because she is a sitting stamp and I really don't have anything for her to sit on. I just shaded the IG1 and 2 just to feel like it's giving her some type of a ground to actually be sitting on instead of floating and sitting in thin air. So that is the outside, and then on the inside, I just used some coordinating papers again. This is a light pink, same 2 dyes, and then I used another Amy R. sentiment stamp that says, if friends were flowers, I would pick you. So that is my project, and that is my entry for her challenge that she is having. I hope some of the tips that I have said have helped you. Like I said, I will send you 2 little snippets, though, that way you can try it out yourself. Because sometimes we can tell you all kinds of things, but until you actually try it with something, that's when you're really going to find out. And having a chance to maybe try it on some scrap pieces or something before you go and invest, $5 or $6 with shipping on a pack of paper, then you don't have to if you know it's not going to work for you. So I hope that this has helped, and here is my card for that entry. I will be contacting you through private message, and good luck to everybody who is in the challenge. See you on the next one, guys.